common denominator.
And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
Let's talk about something important. Put that coffee down.
I'm not here to waste your time.
Everyone has access to the information. We just know how to analyze it better.
Where else you gonna have this much fun?
You the man.
Todd Father.
Show me the money.
What I've been doing, had to triple my bag. Had to triple my bag. Wow. Had to triple my bag. Wow. Had to triple my bag. Yeah. Had to triple my bag.
60% of the time, it works every time.
That doesn't make sense.
Well, it's no trick to make a lot of money. All you want is to make a lot of money.
Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to another Patreon-only live show and giveaway. If this is your first one, these are a lot more informal, nothing really planned. We're just kicking back and relaxing with you guys. Nothing, this video will never be made public, so no question is too beginner or too advanced, so ask away. Giveaway portion, we will be announcing 4, 5, 6 winners, I don't know, over in Discord tonight or the next couple days. So look for your name to be tagged with the correlating prize, whether it's Ethereum Classic, Rapids, XLM, Ethereum, or maybe one of these cool shirts that we'll show today as well. And again, these are just more AMA style. So I'm going to start it like usual. We'll go over coin market cap real quick. We'll let Todd look at Bitcoin and maybe a couple other large caps. And then really we're just sitting here chilling with you guys. Your questions, our answers, AMA style. Just trying to add more value to everybody who has showed loyalty to us via Patreon.com. So anything to add there, Todd, before we get started?
Not really. Anybody that doesn't have a wrench is going to get one. So I just gave Derek one.
That's what it's all about. We appreciate you guys being here. Hopefully, I mean, we've been on the right side of the market nonstop. So hopefully you guys are listening closely, using our stops, using our buys, waiting for buy zones. The patience has worked off over and over again here in this crazy volatility, and I'm happy to be long here on Bitcoin, NEO, and others as we are reaping the benefit now. ONT did get stopped out of. I said I would be buying it back at 85.5. I haven't had a chance to look at this change to see if we got a wick down there. I know it got close. If not, your stop was for 65% or more profit in 2 days, so I can't complain too much about that. And if ONT did not get filled and it keeps running, we'll look to redeploy that cash somewhere else here shortly as well.
What up, Joe Hardy? First time in.
All right, let me just go over this briefly. Coin market capitalization at $251.2 billion. Bitcoin dominance still around 67.9. It was falling off there. Now it's starting to pick back up. We have seen Todd's dominance chart, so I'm sure he'll pull that up again. We have found entries on many alts that are doing great, pretty much picking the lows on NEO, ICX, ADA, ONT, several of them over there, while sidestepping Link and Atom, which have been coming down in terms of BTC. Buy zones for Link and Bitcoin pair is 24K to 25K. I've been waiting patiently. One more Bitcoin green bar and we will be there. We are currently at 27K or so, maybe 28K. So we'll see if that comes to fruition. And the Atom buy zone I can't think of off the top of my head, but I think it's somewhere around 2,800 or 2,850. So I'll make sure to get that posted for you guys as a reminder. The Ethereum Classic BTC buy zone was hit during that crazy wick to 4,000 sats. It is now back above that buy zone level. So that is one that we got filled there as well, and it's looking good, rebounding nicely. Bitcoin at $9,470, down 1% for the day. Slight red or slight green across the board, but there is some outliers that have been the beneficiaries of some hype. Omis Go was listed to Kraken, up 10%. Normally, I would say to sell that, but with Bitcoin kind of being flat here and having the chance to lead us higher, yep, I don't think Omis Go is going to let go of its gains in terms of dollars. So I think you might want to hold on to that one. Augur up 9%. Tron up 8.5%. Justin Sun, the best hype man in the industry, has been saying that they're going to be announcing some kind of partnership that will benefit TRX, WIN, as well as BTT. So kind of expected here that we're going to see a rally, but Tron really isn't one we like to dabble in all that much. Apparently, the network has been getting a lot stronger as stablecoin has been, USD Tether has been put on the Tron network. So maybe that network is getting more stable and not so spotty. So I'll have to take another deeper look, but not one that we really deal with. And we'll see what this hype brings. Is this going to be a sell the news out of Justin Sun, or are they going to have an actual major partnership with a major integration? I might need to look deeper to see if I can find some rumors for you guys. And then, of course, we got Algorand up 8% today, but I don't think you can brag about that. This is one that when it released on Coinbase, I don't know what was even high on this thing. Something crazy, over $1, I think. If it's even going to load. This thing was $3 when I gave a rant over in Discord for all the red flags, and I warned you guys to dump it. And in the course of 3 months, this thing has gone from $3 to 23 cents. So hopefully you listen to that one, and I wouldn't be getting too excited for 10% gains. If you're holding it, I mean, it does have staking. Eventually, it will turn itself around. The team is good. The project is good. The distribution is terrible. So that is why you see this occurring, because you can understand the price is depreciating. People didn't realize, and look at that. That's because it was way overvalued. People didn't look deep enough into the distribution model, and that's what I tried warning you about in hashtag fundamentals in the Discord. All right, Ty, let's look at a few charts. That's what the people want to see. And then we'll go to everybody's questions over here and just kind of relax and see if we want to be on here 1 hour, 2 hours, 30 minutes.
If anybody wonders what that beeping is, I got a fire alarm on the ceiling that just had the battery, I guess, go out. But the ceilings are like 14 feet. So, well, there's Bitcoin. Everybody knows I just gave an update where I kind of showed maybe we're doing a triangle here. And because I know there's a lot of crypto Twitter calling this 5 ways down, that's an ABC back up. I saw that 2 or 3 times. To me, it doesn't seem, I don't know. I don't think everybody's bullish here. So I think, as usual, everybody missed the rally. And now you got to try to talk it back down so you can pick it up again. But it doesn't work that way if we're really going higher. So, but I'll still count on here in a minute. But here I still think, when we came off the lows, I mentioned this looked a little triangle-ish, but that's what always happens, it seems like, on these things. Everybody saw that triangle. Everybody knew it was going to break down again. And really what that was, it was a 1, 2, and I think another 1, 2, and then a 1, 2, 1, 2, etc. So it does count out if you want to do it like that. 1, 2, 1, 2. This looks a little triangle. We talked about that live as it was happening. That looks like a 5th wave blow-off for this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then now we're going sideways for a 4, and this 4 actually could be cleaning up as we speak, and we could dart higher right now. This 4 is, like 3 bars across. This is only a half of one, so 4 is way bigger than this 2, but I've seen that happen before. There's no rule against that. And the only reason I came up with this count is I also showed this here. You can see over here, here's the high, selling coming in for this low. Then we have a rally into this high, which I marked B. I marked this low A, not this low. Because if you look at these things, that's an ABC up, ABC down, and then 5 waves up. That's called an irregular flat for an ABC. So it did just what it had to do. And then from here, you've got an ABC down, ABC up, 5 waves down for a flat. And here, we're just keeping a cap on it. So I still think we could ignite to the upside here. But the reason I did that is over here, then you've had, this is all selling right here. And price is not coming down. So this low took out this low. So really, Bitcoin should have came down and down at 8,800, really right here. And we're at 90. We was at 93, 93.50. So somebody is buying Bitcoin right over in here. Now that doesn't mean that's going to work every time, but I'm telling you, take those trades most of the time, you're going to win. So when I'm trying to figure out how people are buying here and why, then that's why it came to the ABC, DE for a triangle. And again, it makes sense. I mean, that count, there's nothing wrong with this count. Again, ABC down to here, ABC up, ABC down, and then here we should have a rally about 95.50. So it hasn't done that yet, but at the moment I'm not going to get too caught up in that. So If I'm wrong, we're going to come down here and not lock us out of our, or knock us out of our 92.25 stops. I only want that to be a small percent. I'm a little bit nervous because we got stops at 8,400, which I didn't think we would come down to, but I guess there's still a possibility of that. So I'm not sure how I'm going to trade this if we start head down, whether I'll change the stops or pull them, whatever. I hate trading with this volatility without stops, so I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I mean, stop down at 8,000 probably is the safest. Gives you room for one more sell-off. But again, I mean, I would think if we're going to go down, we'd be doing it right now. Instead, we're holding here. So I'm going to be enthused if we can work a little bit higher here over the next hour or so. So what else do you want to go over?
Took out Ethereum and Litecoin, and then we'll really go to your guys' questions.
I mean, the same thing. You know, I mean, if you bring up Ethereum, it's the same thing. I mean, easily you can count a 1, 2 over here. You can count a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This looks for sure triangulated and maybe done. I mean, that thing looks like it's done, ready to go up. So that's easy. And then Litecoin, really the same type of thing. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then a triangle that is a little weaker, but time-wise could be getting close to done. So that's still my guess. We're going to explode to the upside. So, and you know, I got a technometer at 49. So that's not helping us. Bitcoin USD doesn't have that divergence that I just showed you. So that's why I wouldn't bet the farm. But it will be interesting. Because if we get this, then we'll have a huge run, I would think. I mean, my God, the last run was stupid. So who knows? If we went out here, we could do 11, 12, 13. And if I thought this was the count, really you should sell into that. Again, I'm nervous getting rid of any Bitcoin. I don't want to go to 20,000 without me. That would be not cool. So that's something we've got to look at. So XRP, Willem, I mean, same type of thing, not as clean, but still really, you can see a 1, 2 here and a 1, 2. And that triangle looks still pretty good. So I think Ripple still goes higher.
Cool. Let's see what we got over here. Peter.
Smoke alarm's going off because we're on fire.
All right. Peter says, Nick, are ICOs irrelevant? I think that was kind of what fueled the blow off top in 2017. They're not really even in anymore because ICOs really don't remain regulatory compliant. IEOs or SEOs maybe. But we try to avoid those unless you can get in early, first phase of those. Otherwise, they are just going to be very overvalued when they hit the exchange. Try to get you to FOMO in. They'll dump out. They'll consolidate for a long period of time, like we've seen with Matic and others before. Then you get the opportunity to actually get in for the long haul or for a good trade. Let's see. Nick, can you go over your Rapids targets and future timeline for it? Thanks. You and Todd are killing it. Rapids, if you go to Rapids, at Rapids Network, their Twitter, they have a post a couple of days ago, maybe a week ago, about their upcoming roadmap goals. They have 4 things from atomic swaps to mobile wallet, several others. So check that out. Virtually, it's a microcap flyer that you're taking a risk on. I have money in it, obviously. You can stake it, you can note it, and that's what I'm not really using it or looking to trade it until it gets to 10 sats. Personally. So if it gets around 10 sats, I'm not really looking to dump it all or anything, but I'll probably start trading a little there. I would start using it. There's several stores and plugins that do accept RPD as payment. So at that valuation, I would feel good using it for a t-shirt, using it for a Bitcoin sign or whatever it may be.
Dang, I got a hater on Twitter.
I'll take a look here in a second. You can pull it up on your screen. Lloyd Christmas, hey, Nix, what's your thoughts on Zen the next couple days? Well, that is ironic. Me and Todd are supposed to fly out to New York, but I think Todd's bailing on me tomorrow, so I don't know if that's going to happen. Zen, we've been trading it great, making 10, 15, 20% over and over on it. Again, it is another one that offers passive income. So on a Zen, on an Atom, on things that offer passive income, usually if I like the fundamentals in the project and I think it's undervalued, 75% of those coins I lock up to earn passive income. 25% I actively trade with you guys over in Discord. And then anything that is earned, I will sell for Bitcoin on any major rips or all-time highs. That is kind of how I play my passive income bag. I think Zen fundamentals are adding up. I think there's a major disconnect in Zen price to Zen fundamentals. Zen, according to FCA, that is a fundamental score that CoinMarketCap uses, has Zen as the 15th best fundamentally crypto project in the ecosystem. Market valuation has Zen closer to 150. So if the market cap is saying Zen is worth 150, but the fundamentals and this rating that CoinMarketCap uses is saying it should be number 15 project in the ecosystem, where do you think the price goes from there? On top of that, like I said, we were supposed to fly out to New York. We were supposed to have a private meeting. Grayscale, Digital Currency Group, Coinbase, Horizon Labs. Who owns Horizon Labs, or who is Horizon Labs funding? So that's about all I can say on that, since it is a private event. But I think there's opportunity there. I've been looking to get back in. We sold 50% of it, around 56 to 5,700 sats. Said buy it back once again for another 20% gain, around 46 to 48. I think we were sitting somewhere around 5,000 for a while. I said if you know the project and you like the project, 5,000 is still a good entry. If you know nothing about it and you're just trying to trade with me, then wait for 46 to 48. We'll see if that happens. Since the timeline is getting short here, where I believe some new investors may be coming into play, the 29th, the 30th, the 31st, leading into the end of October for Horizon. Nick, Todd, can you tell Short something about the S&P 500, please? You're up, Todd.
S&P 500. Can you sell short or tell?
No, just tell a short story, like what you're thinking.
About S&P. I mean, the technometer's a 41. I mean, we've had a pretty good rally here, and the technometer is not going. But also, you'll see the OP is acting really strange here. No volume coming in. Normally, I would tell you that selling coming in and price is holding, but shit, price is going to new highs. So I have to reverse my normal thinking and say that price is going up with no volume, which makes it suspect. I wish I had an overbought technometer and I would sell it short in a major way. But that's weird. I mean, I've been watching that. I mean, the pattern on this thing doesn't look, I mean, I don't think we're going to accelerate here. I know, like, Thomas Lee and some of those guys think we're going to accelerate. I'm sure Peter Brandt. I mean, we could here, but I just don't see it. I wanted to try to get long here because we had the 38 on the technometer, and we had that high opening and a shitty close. I mean, that would have been a profit. So maybe we're going to accelerate here. I think definitely a big move is coming. So if we got another oversold technometer, if we take out this level where the oversold technometer worked, 296, I think we'd have a big sell-off coming. So that's an area that I think you want to watch, because that oversold technometer and the trading there. So we might want to put that in there. I mean, so I'd sell short there. If I could get an overbought technometer, I'd sell short. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe we're going to accelerate here, but it just still looks tired. And if you go, I don't have much else to add to it, because you go to the Wyckoff wave, technometer there is neutral. Action not as good. I guess I was thinking that the wave would work a little bit higher to the highs, because there's the trading range we've been in. So I wanted really the wave to go a little bit higher, but it hasn't. There's the Wyckoff Wave Growth Index. That's more NASDAQ-y, so it is trying to break out, but you got overbought technometer. So QQQ, same thing, breaking out near overbought technometer. So I guess I think there's a pullback still coming. I'm worried about risk short term, then intermediate, to a year or 2 or 3, I think we still go higher. And I think it drags. I think Bitcoin goes with it. I keep saying that. Thomas Lee's been on that, but I've been saying that for quite a while. I mean, the animal spirits, low interest rates, stocks working higher makes everybody want to buy more Bitcoin. And here's Square. That is one we mentioned down here at 58.90 or so, 62.80, technometer neutral. So I'm not going to let that thing go to a negative, but it could be acting better. It's not acting the greatest. Now what we got? AT&T. This one we're long, almost stopped us out, and then had a good day today. You can see the technometer, 38. So we did have a buy in the technometer on Friday. I know some people talked about adding. I did not give an ad because we came so deep the day before. I got a little bit worried, but if you added, congrats, because that worked. So I would think telephone could keep working higher, but we'll raise the stop there as well. I don't want this thing probably coming back to 37, 37.50. So we'll raise the stop on that one. And what else? A lot of people talk about PAG still. That one came under pressure, maybe testing the lows. So again, not a strong performer short term. I'd like to buy some of these Palm Beach if I get a buy signal in a month or two. KLAC was one, yesterday? Because that one did break out.
NVIDIA is another one that's been acting strong. One that we've talked about here on the show for a year and a half. Palm Beach probably just put it in about a month ago and said to buy up to 185, and that thing's up to 202. I haven't even looked today. 207, a high of almost 210.
I mean, that's one, again, I wanted to pull back before, but a pullback to 188, 190 on a sell-off in the general market would be cool. I'd be on that. Shopify.
AMD is another one we've been on for a long time, in massive gains right now. They have their quarterly earnings coming up soon. It's either today or the 30th or something. I think if they beat earnings with some positive guidance, that thing's going to head towards $40.
Shopify's been a double. That one still, if you're going to be taking risks, that's one to be risk. That's one to have on. There's AMD, as he said, 28 to 33. I'd buy that on a pullback to 31.50 or so probably, if we could get that.
All right, let's get back to your questions. Which percentage of BTC versus alts would you recommend? I know Todd's and mine are going to be very different because Todd primarily plays with Bitcoin and large caps. But I think Bitcoin dominance chart, if it is we're on a wave, working on wave 5, that means some alts are going to lag here, so you probably want your BTC exposure to be a little bit higher. As you notice, I am starting to trade more of the alts with BTC pairs than just USD. That is because the trend has kind of been changing here with some alts outperforming, and I'm looking to then sell into Bitcoin when they get to what I think could be major peaks. I mean, my bag is probably something like, at this point, 50% BTC, 50% alts, only because that's if you're including my masternodes and staking coins. If you're only looking at HODL bag and trading bag, it's probably somewhere around 60-40. So I don't know where Todd's percentage would be at.
I mean, I'm really in, until that Bitcoin dominance chart turns down, I think I'd still be mostly Bitcoin, Ethereum, and a little bit of Litecoin. I mean, if we could get a blow off in Bitcoin higher, then I think that money will roll over to the alts. So I would change that maybe in a couple weeks. I mean, it'd be best if this count I have here, I mean, that shows we're going to, we could blow to 12 or 13,000. If that happened right here, right now, I mean, that might be, maybe it'll go somewhat by itself more so, or make that dominance chart go to a new high. And then maybe as we get the pullback to 9,000, after we make that 12, just throwing numbers at her. Don't hold me to any of those price projections. But let's just say we do run to 12 here and then come back to 9. I think when the 9 is reached, that's when you'd be all over the alts.
Yep, I would agree there. I think I'm looking for another green bar, or I would love that run in Bitcoin because I would probably push Link and Atom down to our buy zones that we've been patiently waiting since we have not chased those, as everybody was thinking they were going to the moon there, as well as some other altcoins that would give a good entry in the BTC chart to kind of roll over some of that Bitcoin into alts as well. The reason I'm maintaining exposure here is because we have been trading the USD charts and the BTC charts pretty well on the alts that we are in. And with those, whenever you sell them or get stopped out of them, you are looking to buy them back only the same amount of coins you had. So if you had 100 Litecoin, we make a good trade. You only want to buy the 100 Litecoin back, roll all profits into Bitcoin or USD Tether, adding more sats to your bag.
I wouldn't line up on SQ yet. Maybe just be prepared to do that maybe. Especially if I get a signal on the general market, then yeah, I will be out of square.
Julian said, did you see Grayscale send out that they have $2.3 billion in assets? And that was Friday before the massive rip. Probably $3 billion now. Yep, those assets are growing. I think it'll be interesting to see if we start seeing more money go in there. If you guys looked at my Twitter, it was $254 million was allocated to Grayscale for Q3. That is the highest quarterly input of cash flow into Grayscale in history. So, and this was all while Bitcoin was below 8,000. So while the retailers were dumping and leverage shorting and losing all their Bitcoin, the institutions and wealthy individuals were there to scoop it up. Grayscale, 254 million, setting a quarterly record, back setting volume records each and every day, and CME futures, 450% increase in longs for October. Don't listen to what the smart individuals say. Look at what they're doing, and that's why we were accumulating rather than trying to overtrade. Change the mindset when Bitcoin is near the lows. That's what we've been trying to preach to you. Change the mindset. Don't get cute over trading because you'll miss the rips. If you people that were shorting it, I saw on all over Twitter shorting at 7,700, the first green bar on Bitcoin. Where do they buy now? And if you were shorting Bitcoin there, that means you probably didn't own any alts there either. Where do you buy NEO now? Where do you buy ONT now? Good luck.
Those are all the douchebags hitting me on Twitter, all the ones that have been selling this all the way up. I'd be mad too. George, I just sent you a link to the Patreon where you paid for it. I just sent it just now. Click on that and you're in Discord.
AG says, Nick Todd, for those who still have cash waiting to buy more BTC, when would you say to buy in with the rest? What levels? Thanks. I mean, the most recent level that Todd gave, whatever it was yesterday, was 91 to 9,200. You could add on to positions. So far, that's worked here. I mean, it's tough. We've already ripped a ton of percentage, and Todd was already kind of going on a limb by saying 91 to 92. But what do you think now, Todd?
I mean, I went on a limb there an hour and a half ago and said the 94. So I mean, damn, technometer nearing overbought. I mean, I'm just using short-term indicators, but if you got money to invest, I'm 100% invested, so I'd probably invest it here at 94.44. Hate to say that right before a dump, but that's my best guess. Just because the triangle, it looks too much for triangle to me, and I think we're in a bull market. So, but be careful because we could be at 8,400 in 2 seconds. So. Because we are trading a beast.
Boom, boom, boom. Did you say you sent George the link, or I'll send it after the show?
I sent it.
Perfect. Sounds good. Any other questions, guys? These are AMA style, so you guys shoot your questions. Fundamentals, news, banters. We can talk about the football game, ask us about the charts, whatever it may be. I know it's kind of a weird time. We do have people from all over the world, so I know in Europe, or somebody was saying it was like midnight, so a lot of people catch us on the recording, but that's just the time that we are available to do this for you guys, and it will be available for you guys to watch on a recording whenever you want. So there you go. Cryptos Dave said, can we see the merch? Ambot Falcon said, Nick, when we buying crypto, I'll have to look at the chart when I get home. I did warn that all of Tika's picks were in the danger zone. Everybody wanted to keep holding them or buy them near the top. The Bitcoin surge did hurt them in Bitcoin value, so I will take a look. I know Crypt took a beating. I know TNT took a beating, so we'll have to check into those and see if we want to get another position. If you are investing in Tika's picks, the 5 coins, the 5 million, and you're just looking for the moonshot, then yeah, take your, I don't know your position size. Take your $200, $500 in each, and those just need to be hodl bags and forget about them. But if you're trading them, then you should have taken the advice that they were getting hot up there, put some stops in place, take the sell, and you can be buying them cheaper. But I'll take a look. What do you got to add? What are you laughing at?
Just the Frank dude on Twitter says that I sell ugly merchandise, I'm mean with others, and I go live on YouTube to tell lies.
That's one
These motherfuckers. I do want to go to Vegas, so Who knows? End of the year here.
We do
Who
have
knows?
some shirts, some mugs. So if you're into, do you remember the hodl? What is this? HODLthisMerch.io.
Hodl the Merc.
I'll have to look.
HODL
Let me see.
the MERC.
I don't even know the name of the store because people are, like, this isn't even ours. A person in the community said, "Hey, you don't have any merch? Do you want me to make some?"
Ugly merchandise.
It's his store, guys. So this is just a
that
fun way.
That Pork Buster T-shirt, he killed that.
Yeah, this is pretty
I don't
cool.
give
This
a
is just
fuck.
a fun way for you guys to get merch if you want. Everything that he sells has learncrypto.io for it, so it's kind of free advertisement for us. We gave him the copyright to our logos, name, and likeness, so he can use them however he wants. This isn't our store. This isn't our money. This is his thing. So it is. Where can I not see it? It is in the announcements section. At everyone, it's hodlthismerch.com, and it's finally live. You got the Pork Blaster T-shirt. What else we got?
Learn Crypto. The Nixtradamus is coming. We don't have them.
Podfather T-shirt with the Bitcoin necklace on. You got standard learncrypto.io. And then over on Discord, you can also see he has a Nixtradamus one. He has these mugs up here that he makes.
He's doing some.
He has some stickers, some mouse pads.
Yeah, some Pork Blaster stickers.
Yeah, so I mean, if you guys want to, support and represent the logo, then go for it. Go over to the store, pick it up, and then you'll be advertising for Learn Crypto. That's how the community grows, is you guys representing, and that's all I got to add. So check out the announcement section if you want to see some examples, or the website. HODLthismerch.com is finally live. Patreon only right now. It's not public. This will then be linked to our YouTube channel, so show them on the bottom underneath the description. And once again, this isn't our store. This isn't us trying to fucking have a money grab and make T-shirts. We think it's something cool. We signed over the rights to our name and likeness, so if you guys buy it, it's free advertisement for us. And then it allows a longtime community member, he's been around since day one, to make a little bit of money. It's his work, his effort. So if he sells some shirts, and I think they're $24 for a shirt. I know Philicone was trying to sell his whale shirts for $90. $24 is something that you'd pay for a Target. So nothing crazy. And he kind of asked us if the pricing was in line. So there you go.
But us people with paid groups, I'm too busy scamming people for real.
Right. What exchange can U.S. still buy Neo and other choice shoot coins these days? Binance Dex is an option. Let me check. I would just say VPN. Google it, do it, live it. That's all I know. I didn't say that though.
Somebody asked for a macro count on Bitcoin. We've done a 1-2. Bring me over the chart real quick. Again, I don't like throwing big numbers out on shows. This is Patreon, so I don't worry about it as much. But we've done a 1 here. We just finished a 2, I think, down there at the 72.50, and we're going to blow through new highs. But to make it look right, we need to do 24,000 probably, 24 to 32 maybe on this run. This is it. So we're at the start of a massive bull run. So again, don't bet the farm on that, and be careful. But all I can, we're long here. We've got stops, and again, that's why I'm trying to make sure I don't get stopped out here, because Nick and I, a lot of people in here probably wasn't here when we was doing the 31.20, the 31.50, etc. So let's go back to that. Because you got to realize, anybody new can be like, did you really do that? But these were all the buys off the software, no sells. So we had a bunch of people come into Discord here. You can see a real small print. We had some sells. Those are more Elliott wave sells, where I was trying to trade this trading range, because I thought that was going to be a 4th wave, and it was. And the only sell we had by Wyckoff was at 13.5. I went live. I said a couple hundred more higher, and you're going to have the end of wave 1. Caught that exact. So again, I'm hoping that we get these buys like this on the run now. And I'll guarantee if we can go to new highs here, even if we just go to 11 grand, and have a pullback to 9, I'll definitely have a buy signal on the pullback to 9. So I'm just hoping the software gives us some points. Really it'd just be points to, if you're 100% long, it's just going to be points to, maybe you could go on margin a little bit if you did that, add a little bit more fiat, but hopefully it'll just continue higher. So, and we just got to be ready for alternate counts and things to not work out.
If you're in the U.S., I would recommend, if you can't use Binance, KuCoin or Bitfinex probably. Crypto Data says Solve is performing pretty well, considering, Solve is above the buy up to now of 12 cents. You did have an opportunity there at 10 cents. I reminded you guys that it was in that range again. Solve, we traded the heck out of it the first day or two with the announcement it was picked. So some people made really big gains. Other people did wait for the pullback and get entries between 10 to 12 cents for a longer term hodl. So small cap coin, decent potential, decent fundamentals, and the most recent PBC pick.
If Bitcoin runs to 20,000, then I'd say, yeah, we're going to be in Vegas at the end of the year. Last time I was in Vegas, I got my pocket picked. I hate to even say that.
Peter says, what way can I enter the RPD or other crypto giveaway? If you are in here, you're in Discord, you are entered. Would you use a random number generator to pick winners out of Discord? I'll do that tonight or tomorrow, depending. It's already been a long day, and there is some football on tonight, so I might not choose them tonight.
AG wants to know opinion of going to new highs. I mean, shit, I think, 80%. I don't know. I mean, it's been so easy to trade this year. I don't know why it might change. I mean, again, I hate to say we're going to 24, 32, 36,000, but boy, that rally from 74 to 10.4.
Right.
I mean, I guess you can say that was China. Dude, the day that happened, that China news came out, we didn't do shit for a couple hours, right?
At first, when the news first came out, nothing really happened, and then it started going, and then they woke up. So, I mean, you could say it was a news push, but at what point is it a news push or an actual point in macro fundamental? If the president now is friendly in a country where they had trading was banned or limited, and now they're friendly for blockchain, friendly for investment, friendly for Bitcoin, launching their own stable coin, that is $1.4 billion and 1.4 billion people in China, another several, 100 million or 200 million in Hong Kong. So a pretty big precedent for individuals that could be starting to use cryptos, investing in cryptos, etc. So I don't know if that's so much just a random news pump or if that's actually a turning point and a point in macro fundamental that we really need to put into play.
That news just made it happen a little bit quicker. I mean, that fit right into everything we've been saying, so news or not.
And really, the news really helped to make it quicker because everything we've been saying has been coming in line, but the market wasn't, let's say the dumb money wasn't really replying yet. Like I said, 450% increase in CME longs for October, 254 million record-setting quarter for Grayscale, Bitcoin, Ethereum Classic. And then you had, what was the third one? Oh, Backed. New daily volume records over and over on Backed. Why is that important? Because it's physically delivered. Doesn't matter which way you're playing the market, they have to have the Bitcoin for the volume that's being traded. That Bitcoin's got to come from somewhere. Even if it's coming from an OTC desk, that OTC desk has got to come from somewhere. That's coming from the market. And an asset that has a finite supply, or they're not that they can't just keep paper shares or keep stock splitting or whatever. Well, demand and supply, the economic balance there is in full effect with cryptocurrencies, and that's why the prices can be affected so much by demand.
Sam, if we go to 36,000, that could be wave 3, then a consolidation, then maybe higher to 48 or higher. I've heard some counts at 66,000 from a guy I somewhat respect, so I don't know. And then after that, I guess there'd be a horrible sell-off again.
Crypto Dave says the Pork Blaster t-shirt is fire. Yeah, and I'm getting one of those for sure. I'm going to get a Pork Blaster t-shirt, Nickstradamus t-shirt, and a Learn Crypto mug, that's for sure. HODLthismerch.com. Ernest H, is Neo 100% trade or is Neo in your HODL? I trade with probably 50% of my Neo because it's not that big of a bag and because it is stored on Binance. So if you just have Neo on Binance, you earn monthly gas, which is the dividend that's paid, and also the coin that is used on the Neo blockchain to use it or to build dApps upon it. So I do trade 50 to 100% of my NEO just because it is there on the exchange. But I don't have a problem being more conservative with it due to the fact that it does pay a dividend. Gas, personally, I don't really double down on my NEO and store the gas that long. Whenever gas has one of those random big green wicks on the BTC pair, I just let it go because you only earn a little bit. I mean, you earn a handful of dollars worth of gas each month depending on your bag size, and I just slowly swap it into Bitcoin on any strength.
Ethereum, somebody asked about the count on ETC. What was it? I mean, same type of thing. I mean, we had called wave 5 highs in all these coins back there when we were topping out. So that's 5 waves up, and you got some type of WXY probably coming down to here. You could call this a 1-2, and now we inside here again. We've got this triangle. This is a daily, so we got this little triangle here. We're just going to continue higher. So underperforming, but still would rock and roll the upside. So again, don't hold me to these. I'm just throwing it up there to show 5-wave advance off the low, another ABC, and then another rally through the highs, etc. when Bitcoin's exploding. So
let's see. Have you talked about what our thoughts are on Binance listing ruble plus this Chinese news, something brewing with Russia and China? So I did look at volume per country. Russia volume is off the chain. China volume is very high as well. I don't think it's I think it's more than a coincidence that both of these kind of have questionable governments and governments that want to have power. And how do you garnish power? You embrace new innovation. You hoard gold, and then you embrace new innovation and new technological feats. And I think they're buying Bitcoin, using Bitcoin, pushing blockchain, and they're going to have their own stable coins on blockchain. And that's how they're going to try to continue to garnish power globally. So I think Binance is smart, and I think it's going to bring a lot more volume to the exchange. And the coins on that exchange will definitely benefit.
The Litecoin chart was kind of like Ethereum, etc. I mean, all those things have done a 1-2. We're just ready to continue to work higher. So.
Julian then says BNB is still a buy here on China news. We think. I'm always uncertain with the powers behind it. BNB, we called here live on YouTube even that we thought the lows was in around 14. We also said that in Discord. Several people were asking for stops when it ran to 16. I said I can't give a stop because I think the 14 is the low. So that downside risk really isn't worth me risking getting stopped out. Now we're sitting here at $20. I think in the long run, $20 is still great. BNB is building and building and building, and BNB will be the beneficiary. Also, they're going to be counteracting inflation by reducing the total supply as low as 100 million BNB over time with their monthly coin burns. So I think it's a coin that you probably want to have in your portfolio, a coin that has a lot of use cases. I don't think it's going to be deemed a security. I think it's going to be deemed a utility token, and I think it's going to be regulatory compliant in the U.S. It'll be added to Binance U.S., and I think it is going to be one that succeeds here moving forward. So I can't give an official buy here at $20 because we had it around 14. I reiterated that a couple times in Discord, but I think it's not going to kill you to own, especially if Bitcoin's going to go to blast off here. I think you just kind of wait and feel it out here. Definitely one that I've always said you should have in the portfolio. We bought it in the 14s, and I think I'm on my 3rd or 4th round of lending via Binance Lending. So check out #fundamentals as I've been trying to show that to you guys. Hey, buy your Binance here and just lend it out. I'm not going to trade it. I'm just going to lend it. I'm going to earn my 14% on it in 14 days and just keep accumulating that way for now.
If 8,200 gives away or 8,000, I think that starts ruining the bull count. I mean, this is a previous 4th. Support should be at 85, 8,600. And I don't see that. I do, as I've said, stocks at the highs. Bitcoin needs to catch up. It would be interesting. Stocks go a little bit higher here for a week, and everyone gets that mentality. Bitcoin runs to 11, 12, 13,000 right here, right now. And then the stocks have the sell-off that I'm worried about. And then Bitcoin has that break back down to 9. And then stocks dig in for a year or two rally, and Bitcoin digs in for a year or two rally. That'd be an ideal roadmap for me.
Let's see, what else do we got here? Todd and Nick, in your gut, heart, soul, how sure are you that we're going to new highs? Like 100%, 80%? Just wondering your opinion for fun. No crystal ball, of course. What's the timeline? At any point in time, 100% that we go to new highs. I have no doubt in my mind that we break 20,000 at some point in the timeline. Superdog says, do you think alts will hit all-time high? And I was also saying that when Bitcoin was 3120. So I don't think I'm saying that now because I saw it go to 13.5 and we're sitting here at 11 and everybody's bulled up and happy. Me and Todd were here when fucking nobody cared about Bitcoin. Nobody cared about us. Nobody cared about anything.
We were long.
3120
we 5 days
long.
a week.
5 days a week going long at 3120, saying new all-time highs were coming. And by the end of this year, things were going to get awfully exciting in crypto space, and that's what's happening right now. So I think 100% guaranteed, and I don't do guarantees, that we see new all-time highs on Bitcoin at some point in time. If you're not giving me any timeline, I can almost guarantee it. With that being said,
there is a high degree of risk involved in trading cryptocurrencies. Our thoughts and ideas are for entertainment purposes only. Please consult your personal advisor or do your own research. Past results are not indicative of future returns.
This is all for entertainment.
I'm still short GDX as well. Everybody should know that. We've had 2 kind of reversal days back down, so I'm hoping that thing will finally have a washout. Otherwise, I will not be short much longer.
Randy says, Nick, can you talk about any tax strategies you have for traders in the U.S.? I cannot and will not. I'm not a tax advisor, and I want to avoid interaction with the government or IRS or regulatory board as much as we can, as I do work for a institutional financial advisor as my day job, and Todd is a registered investment advisor in the state of Illinois. So we try to avoid that when we can when it pertains to crypto and entertainment we do pertaining to crypto and stocks.
We do have to re-clarify that because you're right. Roger, you was here. Dustin, a lot of people was here.
Yeah,
But
you're right.
It was a small little community.
Right. I mean, we had the followers, but as far as Discord, we had 25 people, and we were pounding on the table trying to get people to buy. It was easier said than done, I guess.
Beyond is one of those just too high risk for me, too rich. I would trade it, but I probably wouldn't buy and hold it. Can you also show a bearish count if the WXY turns into this being?
Somebody also wants you to look at ZRX and ICX when you get a chance. And then AG says, Nick, Todd, suggestions on mastering the trading mindset. I always want to sell the lows and buy the highs. Any good books or suggestions? First of all, just keep hanging out in the Discord. Hopefully we rub off on you a little bit and you kind of see what kind of trades and risk mitigation we were doing. Second of all, head over to learncrypto.io and take the Wyckoff and cryptocurrency trading course that since you are in Patreon, you do get a 20% discount on. And then third of all, do you have any suggestions, Todd?
I'm going to go to wyckoffsmi.com because I own that. That's the original institute of Wyckoff. There's a ton of stuff there for free. And then I would say if you don't want to spend too much, buy some Wyckoff books. You can buy them at Amazon for probably $20. I'd read anything Wyckoff I could. Again, if money's not as big an issue, take the $300 course. You can get it down to $240 with the discount. And if you're really into it, take the $1,000 course. I'll give you a discount over there as well at wyckoffsmi.com. I'd strictly stay with Wyckoff. That's all I'm doing, and that's where any success I'm coming from. And we got a free Elliott Wave course you can take.
Yeah, that's also included in Discord as well. Go to the hashtag welcome channel. Elliott Wave International did give us a link for a free course or free book. It's like a $30 value for free to you guys as well. So,
I wouldn't study nothing else. Sorry, but that's the way it is.
But, there's 950 people that have taken the Learn Crypto Wyckoff and cryptocurrency course. So, can't really go wrong with that.
We got Discord members that are running some hedge funds. I got a couple guys throwing around millions. So, yeah, it's... we got some guys I think are taking our trades and running their own Discord. Taking our trades and just whatever you call it, refabricating them for their own Discord. So yeah, it's an interesting space.
Well, this is Rob Viglione from Horizon and Horizon Labs right here.
The smoke detector's going off because the battery needs changed, and it's on a 14-foot ceiling, and my big ladder's downstairs in storage. Sorry.
Rob Viglione is saying, hey, I noticed You and Todd haven't RSVP'd yet for New York. Just trying to see if I need to save you a spot because, interesting, we are way oversubscribed, ton more demand than anticipated, and there was no more room in the conference room there. So they will be sold out for a private function. So we just said, if you guys are going to fly out, I'll make sure you can get in, but otherwise, don't bring anybody else. That's pretty much what he just said. Wow. Well, might have to raise some positions there for that. We'll see. What else we got here? Can you look at ZRX and ICX when you get a chance here? And then I'll answer this question. Peter says, Nick, do you think Binance becomes gigantic like Amazon, etc.? I mean, it's an exchange, so I don't know how big they can get, but I think they're going to be a cornerstone of the crypto market for years to come. They've already proven that. They got the international base, they got the U.S. base, and they just continue to keep partnering and building. People have conspiracy theories of CZ. People say, oh, they charge for listing fees. Guys, welcome to the real world. You think that don't happen in traditional business? I scratch your back, you scratch mine. That's how things work. You do it while you're regulatory compliant, and that's how shit gets done. So whether you like the guy, hate the guy, because he didn't list your coin, wants to charge your coin, whatever it may be, that doesn't change the fact that their volume numbers are off the charts, that their user base is off the charts, and that their partnerships are off the charts.
Hey, G, when I began trading, my dad and I, we traded stock options. So I still remember, my dad's probably watching. I remember we were long Williams Company, and I had a bunch of stock options, and the stock ran like $8 late in the day, and it looked like it was going to get bought out, and I was going to make like $50,000 or something. I was probably 17. So we traded options. I mean, that's the hardest thing in the world is to buy and sell options. Selling them is a lot easier for a selling strategy, but buying options was tough. So I almost say I didn't blow up accounts because I've always been worried about risk. I was in a room of 15 traders in 87. Everybody went broke that day except myself. I had no positions because I was worried about risk. So I was watching. So I'm too worried about risk to blow up an account. So no, I haven't done that. And you got to worry about risk first. You got to be prepared for what can go wrong, because if it doesn't go wrong, then everything works out perfect. I'm always trying to figure out how something goes wrong. ZRX has got a big ABC, I guess. I mean, ZRX has been a dog, as we all know. I think it's probably started 5 waves off the low. Again, I don't think it's going to go anywhere major until we have a further pullback. But I think it's cheap. Off the low here, we probably have had 5 up. Maybe we've done a 1-2 or working on a 4th wave as well. So I think dollar-wise, percent-wise, it'll probably have a pretty big rally at some point. And I own a little bit of it, but I think that's still high risk. Bitcoin is dropping, everybody is saying.
Steven says, all right, more random question. What is the legal/technical reason you and others always give the same version of that disclaimer? It's something you do even in the traditional markets. There's a lot of people out there, if we don't put that disclaimer up, people will be like, I watched this YouTube video and I lost my house, so I'm suing you. And that's why you got to run it.
There's Bitcoin just dropped 150 or so. Well, hopefully, if it holds here, that'll be the E wave of the triangle, probably, that I was showing, if it holds. Hopefully, it doesn't stop us, and then this ends up being the C wave of the triangle. So that'll be not nice.
DeBorn says, Todd, Nick, can you speak a little bit about the psychology of owning/trading a few higher price assets, like I'm assuming Bitcoin or in Ethereum, versus a lower price asset that you can own more of, like a basic attention token or a Rapids or a Zen? I think I have a problem with this. That's called unit bias. So mentally, everybody's programmed that I can have 1 Bitcoin or I can have 500 Litecoin. Well, 500 of something or 1 of something. I want 500 Litecoin. So you really just got to get yourself in the frame and mindset that you need to break down your portfolio based on percentages in the underlying, which is USD. Set up your portfolio structure, whatever it is. You want to own 40%, 60% Bitcoin, 10% Litecoin, 10% Ethereum, 5% of higher risk down to 1% of Rapids, and then allocate, okay, I have $100,000 or $10,000, and then disperse it that way.
Bitcoin just traded 9,200, so
Well,
that's taking out some stops.
Don't look at it as with a unit bias mindset. Look at it in percentage of your entire portfolio, and then you can start getting in the mindset of rediversifying and reallocating funds accordingly. There goes the train.
That was a quick little break. Yeah, look at that. Back to 92.50. I'm not sure there, boys and girls.
AG said, Nick, Todd, did either of you blow up accounts when you were learning trading early on?
That's what I talked about a minute ago.
Oh, gotcha.
I think if Bitcoin breaks to 8,200, yeah, it probably puts, I mean, that would be way too deep for me. 8,000, 8,200 down in here would be extremely disappointed. Let's see if Bitcoin holds this low still. And that's a fake out.
Crypto data says possible short and play once you break 88.50.
Once we break 88.50. Nah, I can't sell that. Nope, I can't give any short sells. I'm too bullish. I mean, I think if we don't recover right here on this 91.90 or so, just what happened, I mean, then maybe we're going to go down below that 88.50 just for spring, maybe. Is all I would be thinking. Because the stops I had at 92.25, it was kind of, you know, I was long some stuff at 91, 92, so it was really just kind of a profit stop and one that I didn't want to see happen. But I got to watch it here. Yeah, we had nice buys at 91, 92, and I had to run to 99, but I just didn't. I had nothing up here that gave me a reason to sell that 9,800. I hate to say it, I'm gonna have to get back to my desk in a second because I got to get orders ready to go in case I decide to buy right back the few positions I got stopped.
What's the major stop level at 8,400?
Yeah.
92.50 was just any add-ons.
Yeah, when I said buy 91 to 9,200, I just said put a stop on that at 92.25. Just again, it was going to be for some people somewhat just a small profit. And let me think about it for a minute.
So if you follow along, then there's really nothing to concern here. That's still a break even or a small profit depending on your fees. Major stops at 8,400. Yes, that's a little ways down, but you got to give the beast a little room to breathe, as you don't want to miss the upside once we get going once again.
See, that could have still been a B wave. Hate to say it. It's just been doing that. See, the B waves went to new lows below the previous. They went to a new high, and then now maybe that was a new low. So I don't know whether this thing will try to reverse and still do the 95.50 or so. I mean, that could still, if it recovers here, because it loves to go down and do springs and shake everybody out. So, and that would have shook me out of, again, I only got small stops there because I didn't have many positions. I was mostly in at 7,500, etc. So I had a few accounts, just had some money laying around that I needed to add. And even a few accounts I didn't even stop at 92 1/4 because I'm just too bullish. And my God, if they turn around and run here again, I mean, people are just going to have to chase it again. So if we go to Ethereum, same type of thing. I mean, sprung everything. Not breaking down as of yet. Same type of thing. I might regret that 92.25. That's why I got to get back to my desk.
All right, well,
I will buy them higher if I have to.
Well, that's going to have to wrap it up with the volatility. We got to get to the accounts, and we'll throw our thoughts over in Discord. Thanks for tuning into the Patreon-only live show and giveaway. The giveaway winners will be tagged over in Discord. Or if you are a $10 Patreon and you happen to be the winner, I will send you a message on Patreon. It is October 28th. On November 1st, you will be asked if you want to stay with us or not. We have been on the right side of many trades, trying to provide you as much value as possible. No hard feelings if you decide not to, whether it's financial reasons, you think we're ugly, whatever it may be. That's up to you. Leave, come back whenever you want. Just understand, after the first, when payment is processed, if I am not showing you as paid, I will be removing you from Discord, and you'll be auto-removed from Patreon. If you feel like you are unrightfully removed, like you paid, but we just didn't have your name marked down properly, simply send a message on Patreon. That's it. Send a message, say, hey, I just paid. Hey, I'm paid now. Here's my Discord name, and we'll get you a link to get right back in. It's that simple. We'll be tuning out here on short notice because of the volatility. And ask your questions away in Discord. Check out hodlthismerch.com if you want to support Learn Crypto or advertise for us, really, because it's not even our store. We would appreciate it. Stay tuned to Discord. Hopefully you guys got long off the lows with us, and we can continue to move this crypto market higher.
If this triangle's still in play, we could have a run at 95.50. That's a 0.618 retracement, and then just, again, go sideways during the night. So I'm not going to buy back right here because I never really buy back that quick. I want to see more action. I also want to see the intraday data. But, you know, if we do have a rally at 95.50, then come off in the middle of the night, I would be tempted to possibly go right back in. Then I'll probably put a stop at that 91, whatever that is, 91.70 or whatever we just made. So, all right, guys, that's all I got. I'm back to my desk.
Peace out, guys. You can always rewatch the recording to get any tidbits of information, and we'll see you in Discord.
Later.
Thanks for the support.
Peace out.
Hey, stay positive, pal. Most people, when they lose, they whine and quit. But you got to be there for the turns. Everybody's got good luck. Everybody's got bad luck. Don't run when you lose.
Play hard, play clean. Be careful out there.
We'll see you all again. Sleep tight.